What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Porter Rock 77 coming back at you with another 60 frames no lag podcast. Thank you so very much for showing up. If you're watching this recorded, thank you for taking the time for listening. But hey, I got a great cast again. Some people are running late again. You know, life happens and stuff, or maybe they just saying screw this damn show. I'm playing some Horizon, whatever it is what it is. But I got some great people here, right now, and I want to introduce them. So first off, of course, I got the Titanfall Princess. What's going on, girl?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast once again. I hope you enjoy the show. You know, leave some comments, hit that like button. If there's something, and you know what? Tell us for my podcast, his podcast. Tell us in the comment section what you want to hear from us on a podcast. Enjoy the show. Talk to you later.
Definitely. Thank you very much. Hey, it's good for you to be here, man. Girl, I got some great topics, and I definitely want to hear your opinions on this, right? And of course, I'm just gonna call him a panel member. Screw him being a guest. You know what I'm saying? I get DMs saying that along with Princess that they love your opinions and stuff like that. So that's why I'm always getting you on the show. Is my friend Jay, aka Everything According to Him. What's going on, brother?
Hey, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it, man. I thank you every time you have me on the show, and I appreciate you calling me a panel member. That's awesome. But no, yeah, Everything According to Me is my YouTube channel. I talk about gaming related stuff. Just put out a video today talking about the Gamepass, and we'll get into that later, in my opinion, on this whole situation.
Oh wow, nice. Okay, so we got some great topics. Later on today, I'm hoping Craig Harris. He was here last week. He's been here a couple of times. Hopefully he'll be stopping by here shortly. And All Day Video Theory, the pettiest gamer on YouTube. Hopefully he'll stop by and he'll bring off his petty insights on everything. All right, but we got, the show's got to go on because I gotta keep you, the audience, in consideration. I appreciate the time you guys spent, And who's that? Is that me or something? Okay. All right. So the first question we're gonna start off with Horizon Zero Dawn. Let me get some opinions. Have you guys played it? We'll start with Princess. Have you played it? What's going on? What you like about it? Meeting expectations? Give us the whole shebang.
Played it. I love it. I think the graphics are out of this world. The acting, voice acting is out of this world. Gameplay is great. You don't even want to put the game down. That's how crazy it is. And I hate to say it, people won't get mad at me, but I agree with something we were talking about in chat. Right now, I think the graphics just may beat out Uncharted. That's how good they are. And like I said, the gameplay, the voice acting, the facial expressions, everything. I mean, I can't say enough about the game. I don't want to spoil it for nobody, but if they did this with this, I can imagine which is going to be for another podcast, of course, when that comes out. I can imagine what the Last of Us 2 is going to look like, because they're getting better every time. It's just, I thought it was going to be good when I saw it, but it actually surpassed what I thought it was going to be right now, currently. So, me personally, I personally would recommend the game if that's a type of game you like. But if you're just into fighters and shooters, well, no. But it's open world. You can explore, you can go anywhere, do anything you want. You don't have to stay on the mission. You got side missions, you got side quests, you got everything. It's an open world. It's got a lot of play value in it, guys. So if you're thinking of picking it up, enjoy it, because I am. And that's all I can say, because I'm not going to spoil it for nobody that didn't get it yet. So I'm just going to give them the gist of what I feel about it.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Jay, you're playing this on the pro, so you getting the extra special treatment. Because I'm playing that on the vanilla. So what you think?
Oh man,
how you like?
Look, I've told you before. I told everybody out there in several podcasts I was not gonna get this game. Okay, initially, because it just didn't interest me. I was like, I just don't like the look of it. Initially, I didn't, but then I started hearing about the RPG elements and everything within the game, the crafting, the things that you can do, and I saw a playthrough. And not a playthrough, but somebody live streaming it. And I was like, man, this game looks lit, so I have to try this out. So I bought it. I put it in, and right away I was just astounded by the graphics. I was like, "What? Am I playing on a PC?" That's what I'm thinking. This is nuts. It looks that fantastic, and honestly, I think that it is the best looking game of the generation by far. It's the best looking game I've ever seen on console. Now, I've seen some fine looking PC games, but this is damn good. So, but that aside, the gameplay is awesome. The gameplay is fun. I'm having a blast with it.
No, from the moment I booted up the game, the graphics were just jaw dropping. I'm playing on the vanilla, and I'm like, man, this shit's all over Uncharted. And then like you're just going through. I'm not again. I don't want to reveal it, but when the game opens up to the open world, I'm like, holy shit, they're doing this graphics in this open environment like this. It's just insane. This Decima engine is the future. I mean, what did Guerrilla create? I could clearly see why Kojima, his first game was going to use the Decima engine. He had to see this thing, and he's like, oh, hell yeah.
That Decima engine is fantastic. I wish more developers would use it.
Yo, it's brilliant. I wonder if, like, let's say, like, Princess mentioned The Last of Us. I wonder if they're using the same engine, or if they're like, nah, screw that, we're going to create a better one. Because, Naughty Dog, they could create some engines, too. So it's what do you think, Princess?
If they create a better one, look out for those graphics. Excuse me. Look out for those graphics. I mean, I don't know how they can create a better one that quick, but if they can, God bless them. And no, God bless us, because we're going to get a game that is like 10 levels in the future when it comes to graphics. On even a vanilla.
That's what's impressive. That I know it's kind of hard. It makes it harder to make the jump to pro, and I'm sure pro is an amazing console. And they do a good job at a good price. But it's just impressive what this vanilla is still doing, being 3 years old and stuff. It's just amazing how much they could get out of it. Some people are saying because it's x86 that they pretty much got the most, because it's like PC architecture. So they got the most of what it can right from the jump. I'm like, this game proves hell no. Nope. Not even close, because I'm telling you, this game shits all over Uncharted. It's not even close. This is no question. This is the best looking PS4 game.
Well, I've actually witnessed it on the PS4 Slim, because my daughter has one, and she's been playing Horizon as well. She loves the game. It looks fantastic and plays really good on there too. I don't see any frame rate dips and everything. So it's a great game on both. It really is.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. If it's gonna play that way on a vanilla.
Yes.
I mean, you blew on a vanilla. You blew Uncharted out of the water on a vanilla. So if people are gonna go 4K and get the Pro, it's gonna only look better.
Oh.
So take it from people who are on the vanilla. If you got a Pro, you already got it. Like he was saying, like they were saying, you're gonna have a better experience than even we are.
Yeah.
No lag, no nothing. I mean, it just runs so smooth.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's only two options there on the Pro. We get a performance mode where we can get a locked 30 frames per second. I thought it was going to be like a 60 frames per second thing, but unfortunately not. It's locked 30, and you get a little down res in graphics. However, the 4K version looks fantastic and plays fantastic. The dips are very minimal, so why would you go to performance? It really doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because I like the articles before, it was rumored to be a 60 FPS, which makes sense. If they lock it down to 1080p 60, then yeah, that makes sense. But to lock it at 30, because isn't the 4K, like the checkerboard 4K, running at 30 around there too? So
yeah,
is it much of a it's like it's not even useful.
There's not even any real dips that I notice, and I saw the Digital Foundry video where they were showing that there was probably like a 1 frame or 2 frame max dip here and there. I didn't even notice so far.
Is it kind of disappointing that they didn't like push for the 1080p 60 option?
Yeah.
On Pro? How you feel about that?
Yeah, I think it was disappointing. I would like to play this game in 60 frames, but you know what? It is what it is. It's what we got. We got 4K 30, and it's almost a damn near a lock 30. And yes, this is checkerboarding, but damn, it's beautiful checkerboarding. I got to tell you guys, I hate when people just focus on that checkerboarding and say, well, it's not real 4K. It's not real 4K. damn it, it looks fantastic.
People are just dumb. You know what? I bet you people don't even understand what all that really means, because a lot of people that are out there in YouTube land, no offense, talk out their ass. They don't play games. They really don't know anything. What they do is they look up what somebody else is saying, or some other podcast is doing, or what some news channel has to say, their opinion. And if they like those channels, they'll go by what they say.
Yeah. And they're using their console over there with Microsoft. They're using the Xbox, but it's for Netflix and things like that, you know.
Exactly.
Oh shit! Here we go. This shit didn't take long. Oh shit!
Wait, come on, but it's it's not that we want to say it. I own an Xbox. It's the truth. I see it all the time. Not only that, what games do I have to play? And like you said, you're going to get into the next subject, which I have an issue with, but we ain't going to go there just yet.
All right. Okay. But anyways, I don't think there's much to say. If for those of you who have the opportunity, definitely get Horizon Zero Dawn. And this is going to lead into the third topic, but it's just an amazing game, amazing RPG. I just can't believe I'm actually saying that a game shits on Uncharted graphics. I didn't think I would ever say that.
Me neither.
I would think maybe the next Uncharted was shit, or The Last of Us was shit on Uncharted, but this game easily graphically shits on. It's just so impressive. Yeah. It just blows my mind that a PS4 is doing this.
Naughty Dog needs to jump on that Decima engine.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. Yeah, unless they create a better one. Because you know they consider themselves, well, they are the premier studio, so they may not be like, oh fuck this, we're gonna one up Gorilla. You know what I'm saying? I would be impressed.
They have to step up their game.
Yo, if they, if Naughty Dog creates a better engine, oh man, yo, it's a wrap. I wouldn't even know what to say. To be honest. I wouldn't know what to say.
You should sit there, put it on, and your jaw's just gonna drop looking at graphics and gameplay and facial expressions and how real people move and act and everything else. Your jaw's just gonna go, huh?
Yeah, and the added benefit of the Pro and the HDR, well, you guys get HDR. If you had a 4K TV with HDR, you would be able to see that with the vanilla one, right? With that game.
Yes, I guess so. I think so. If you had
the lighting effects and everything really take advantage of the HDR. It's really a beautiful game. It's really just gorgeous, man. You'll be walking up over a hill, and then you see the sun beaming down through the trees, and it just looks amazing. Amazing.
All right. So enough about Horizon. So we're gonna move on to the next topic. So the next topic I want to talk about is Microsoft announced Game Pass for the Xbox One, Scorpio, and PC. And just a quick recap of what it is. It's kind of like a rental service where Microsoft's going to have Xbox One games and Xbox 360 games available for you to download, and all you got to do is pay $10 a month. So it's kind of like Netflix. The difference between this and PS Now is it's not streaming. You're actually downloading it and install it on your console. So for $10 a month, you'll be able to play whatever game is part of this Game Pass program. And also as a Game Pass member, you'll get discounts on titles, DLC, and all this other stuff, which then you could keep. Also, apparently, you could keep some of these games at discounted prices. And damn, Craig Harris made me lose my train of thought with sending a message. But anyway, you could keep some of these titles at discounted prices, as now they're yours. All right. So give me. We'll start with Craig because we'll start with Jay because I know you're the first one that wants to talk about this. So let me know what you think about this program.
All right.
What you hear about it.
First, I want to preface this by telling everybody to put on their tinfoil hats here for a moment, because you are going to go into I'm going to take you down a certain path that some of you may not want to go. And look, I'm an old school gamer. I've been gaming for 35 years. So that tells you already. I'm old. Okay. I'm an old guy, but I've played games for many years, and I'm used to buying physical copies. That's what I like. And for me, things like this Game Pass is just basically, it's an indoctrination into getting people used to playing that great gaming experience without that shiny disc. That's what it's doing. So Microsoft, we all know, they've been pushing digital games for quite some time, right, Porter Rock?
Yeah,
they went down that road. And I think just 2 months ago, we had an article, I think Major Nelson was in it, and he was talking about how Microsoft is still looking into going down that road digitally. You know, they don't want a disk drive in a future console. They don't. I'm not saying Scorpio's not going to have it. Of course, I'm sure that'll have the discs and everything, but eventually they want to get rid of this physical media, and it sucks for gamers that want that physical copy. This is just a part of that agenda. That's all it is. They want people to get used to it. You got games out there that, you know, single player experiences now where you need to be online. And that's ridiculous for a single player experience. I shouldn't have to connect to servers to play a game. So I don't know. I don't feel that it's a fantastic thing. And you got a lot of hypocrites here on YouTube that were against Xbox One and their DRM always online. And now they're praising this. It's like, did you lose sight? Did you guys lose sight of what you were against 4 years ago? Because this is all a part of that. That's
okay. All right. Hey, Princess, what you think? What you think about this announcement? You have any concerns? What's going on?
I think it's dumb as hell, first of all, for a lot of reasons. One of them being is that, like Jay was just saying, you have these pro Xbox people saying this is okay. Well, if you're so pro Xbox and you have all this stuff, I got a question for you. Don't you already have the games? That's first of all. And you're praising the shit out of this. But it is something different than what PlayStation had. But when PlayStation did their shit, they knocked it, they put it down, they did all this shit against it. But yeah, you're getting something similar. And it's the coolest thing since sliced bread, right? No. I have an issue with that. First of all, I agree. It looks like they want to go digital. I don't like digital. I'm a collector. I like my hard copies. I'll download some, don't get me wrong, ones that's all it is. But I like my physicals. Okay? And for anybody who's a collector and is with Xbox or a multi-console owner, I don't think they're going to like this. I don't care. Those discounts don't mean shit. You do discounts now. Okay? We just have an Xbox Live. You get discounts on games. Why would you want these older games if you already own the console and you're pro Xbox? Now, for somebody new coming that they're trying to get into gaming or get the Xbox app, that may be good for them. But for people who are hardcore gamers, no. I don't agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's also look at the situation like this. This is supposed to be sort of a Netflix type business model where they're going to be replacing games every so often, right? So if they're doing that, does that mean even the games that you download are going to go bye-bye for that license once they replace that title?
I heard that's what's going to happen. I don't know if that's true or not.
And if that does happen, like Netflix, you're essentially just paying $10 a month to play these games digitally
to rent.
And once they go, they go. Yeah, they're rentals. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to own my games. And here's the overlying factor that a lot of people forget with physical media. Because here's a fact, people. No matter what you think about digital or physical media will always hold a monetary value. Bottom line.
Okay. All right, so here's my thing on this, and I'm gonna be the odd man out. I actually like the idea. Yeah, I'm the
beat you up.
I'm the odd one out. I'm gonna get my Xbox on over here. No, but seriously, all right, this is my thing, all right, because I'm on Netflix. I'm a GameFly member because I don't buy all games. You know what I'm saying? I buy a couple of games. You know, I buy a lot of games. I buy the good ones. Buy some exclusives, but there's a lot of games I want to play, but I can't buy all of them. The budget's not in to buy every single game that I want to play. Like for instance, I got right now, what fucking game I got right here now from GameFly? Fucking what's that shit? Fucking Homefront, whatever it's called. I haven't even played it yet, but I got that. So I rent shit like that. I rented Doom, games like that I rent and stuff like that. Games that I have no intention of buying, but I'll play them, so I'll go rent it and stuff like that. So this is one thing I like about the Game Pass. And you guys brought up some great questions. Is it a Trojan horse, to get gamers to move on to digital and forget about physical? That's a good point. This could be like the one small step to something that lasts 1,000 miles. My man Azazella Mills is on the comment. He said, "Bro, home front is whack. You're not going to like it. That's why I rented that shit." You know what I'm saying? I could send that shit back.
But the thing is, Porter, then you have GameFly to do that. Okay. Why would you need this to do it?
Because I will say this. Let's say if Sony did this. Let's say Sony changed up PS Now and they did the same exact thing. I will cancel GameFly because now I can instantly download my games, play it, and then delete it. You see what I'm saying? My main thing is this. I would say this is a good group for a couple of people. Number one, majority of the people are casuals on consoles. It's just a reality. Majority of people don't buy 10, 12, 15, 30 games a year. They don't. They probably buy the Call of Duty, the Madden, Battlefield. They'll buy Horizon, but they probably won't buy Neo or Yakuza. You know what I'm saying? They'll buy Mass Effect, you know what I'm saying, but they won't buy Persona 5. They'll buy The Last of Us and shit like that, but they won't buy The Last Guardian. You see what I'm saying? Majority of the gamers are like that. You know what I'm saying? Only the hardcore like us, we tend to buy more games than normal, but majority will stick to the more popular games. I think something like this could open up smaller titles, you know what I'm saying, to profit and for people to have access to these games. It looks like The Last Guardian. Last Guardian did great, right? 1 million overall, it did pretty good. But with 60 million fan base, it's obvious that the fan base ain't giving this game a chance, and it's a great game, but they're not going to give it. And it could be for plethora of reasons. Maybe they're more interested in Resident Evil 7 or Final Fantasy, or maybe they just don't have the money to pop down another $60 after they bought Battlefield, Titanfall, and now they're waiting for Horizon Zero Dawn. It's just 50 million things we could cross or whatever. But I think something like this could open up the gate. Let's take Sunset Overdrive. Not that many people played it on Xbox. Do we agree?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not that many people. But Game Pass could finally open it up. A person pays $10 a month and be like, yo, shit, Sunset Overdrive. Like, let's be honest, on Netflix, how many dumb shows we watch just simply because we can? Now, let me see this stupid shit on Netflix real quick. But if you were to look at it in a store and say, hey, season 1 of this show, you'd be like, I'm not paying money for this season. I don't know what it is about. But because it's already part of Netflix or Hulu or something, you give it a chance. And maybe the first episode, you don't like it. Maybe you'd be like, damn, this show is really good. You know what I'm saying? I could see something like this opening up gaming. So like somebody could be like, holy shit, this Sunset Overdrive is pretty dope. It's actually a really good game. You know what I'm saying? And people could look at The Last Guardian. They could look at Yakuza. It could open up the doors for some people who aren't willing to plop down $60 because again, the hardcore will support our games, but the casuals dominate the industry. The hardcore could get you to 20, maybe 30 million console sales, but once you break 50. I'm sorry, the casuals own it. They are the majority of the console fan base. Once you get to 100, it's no doubt you got the normal 2K, Madden, Battlefield, COD, Grand Theft Auto, the same repetitive stuff. Those are the ones that dominate the platform. So something like this could open the door for these. It'll be exactly the Netflix syndromes. You could watch a show that you normally are not going to pay $50 for season 1 of fucking House of Cards or something. But hey, it's on Netflix. I'm already paying $10. Let me just check it out right now. And if I like the first episode, yeah. If I don't, I delete it.
And that's pretty much who I have with it, Rock, is the fact that if you look at the Netflix, and Amazons and Hulus, they're all cutting into the Blu-ray business. Blu-rays are still selling well, but they are cutting into that market. And this is going to cut into the physical sales market. It will. As little as it is to some people, to some people like me, it's a big thing because it is pushing people down that digital road.
Mm-hmm. I could see like, and I'll be honest, Sony's gonna go down this path too. I think eventually. I mean, just look at the. And I agree. I got most of my games are physical. One, because to me, digital sales suck. Like I bought Horizon Zero Dawn for $47. I bought Neo for $47. Why the hell would I pay $60 for a game? You know what I'm saying? On digital. Now, the digital games I do buy for $60 usually has multiplayer because I game share with my brother-in-law. So we do shit like that. So that way we both can enjoy the multiplayer and stuff like that. But for single-player games, you know what I'm saying? I buy physical. When I'm done, he gets it. He buys physical, and we trade, and we do shit like that. So I agree with the physical.
But people like you are starting to be okay with digital. Yeah. And that's where they're getting you. They're making you guys feel like, digital's not that bad. And that is, I take issue with that because, again, as an old school gamer here, I like my physical copies. So without, with when we're losing sight of that, of that situation, and they keep sending us these new fancy new programs. It's only $10 a month, guys.
Yeah.
And you can play these games. People are going to like eat it up thinking, well, it's cheap. It's cheap. It's a great deal. But then when that physical copy goes away and that console goes away, how are you going to play that game?
Well, if they do anything like what Xbox did with 360, it'll be tied to your gamer tag or trophy stuff. I'll say this: the reason why I'm comfortable with it, again, I like physical and stuff like that, but the only reason I'm comfortable with it is only because of acceptance. It's gonna be the future. It's no different than any other entertainment medium. Look where we're music at. When was the last time people go out and buy a CD? Hardly. When's the last time somebody bought an actual Blu-ray movie for a movie? I mean, look at. I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
Not always sunshine and rainbows in situations. If you look at the Blu-ray market alone, let's take for instance 1080p on Netflix compared to 1080p on Blu-ray. That Blu-ray shits all over it because of higher bit rates.
Yes.
Okay. And that's what people have to understand. With this new UHD technology, we have 4K movies out there. We have 4K rentals digitally, but when you compare them to the Blu-rays, they're not as good. And because it's that high bit rate. And people have to understand that having this cheaper instant gratification product doesn't make it better.
Okay.
That's the problem I have.
I completely agree with what you're saying, but there's one thing you're not looking at, and this is why they're just going to take over. It's simply because I can't put that Blu-ray disc in my phone. Right? It's useless.
Yeah, but
I mean, I got it because you want that graphics fidelity, but majority people want convenience. Yeah. With Netflix and stuff, I could get on my tablet, I could put it on my phone. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't really care. And and let's put it this way: while Blu-ray disc does look good, it doesn't make Netflix 1080p look bad. You know what I mean? It's not like it looks bad. It still looks good, and that's all people really care. Now, for guys like you who are the techies and stuff, yeah, this world sucks for you. You're heading into you're becoming archaic dinosaur because you guys want the very best, the best crisp. You got you want 20.1 surround sounds where you could fucking have 10 speakers on the left side. You want all that shit.
Yeah, I'm the type of guy that cannot
I got it
on my phone. I got
you throw up looking at a movie on a tablet and shit like that. I get it.
Yeah,
but the majority wants convenience. Why you think Sony didn't even bother to put a 4K Blu-ray player on PlayStation? Because you saw the reaction from most of the gamers. Most of them says we don't care. We don't buy a console for movies. We don't care about that.
Streaming console.
We it does 4K streaming. That's all we need.
One thing you got to remember though, you may be getting that for $9.90 or $10 a month. But don't forget, you're still gonna have to pay for live to get that shit.
Yeah. It's the same reason.
Don't think but that's one thing people got to realize. Don't think you're only gonna pay $9 and that covers your live too. Nope.
Yeah.
No, people, it does not. You still have to pay for your live just as well.
Mm-hmm. I will say this because I haven't got an Xbox yet. So when I do get one later to the years, I'm gonna get that Game Pass, and I'll probably beat like most of the kings before I pay $20, and then I'll cancel the subscription.
Okay, but see, that's what I said earlier. It is for people who don't have one that they're trying to bring in, but for the people that are here and have been here since OG and have the games and have a lot of copies like both of us are talking about, it's messed up because you're forcing people to do things because that's what you want. You're trying to put us in fucking, living in space before it's there. Mm-hmm. You want to do everything, in like 2 years. You can't do that. You can't take, because you know what's going to happen after a while. Gamer who actually bought a lot of your shit, and at times probably bought more than a casual did to keep you going. Hey, screw you. I'm done with gaming. Yeah. I'll just play my old shit. I'm not going that way. So they can't keep doing that. And I mean, that's what Microsoft's doing now. Everything on PC, everything this, everything that. You cannot do that. And then they're trying to push the 4K so fast. 4K TVs just came out. Why there are people who play on your consoles like you said, Porter Rock, they don't have it in the budget to buy all games. Well, they don't have enough budget to go buy a 4K TV as well, and a new system, and buy the games for it. It's not in the budget. So you got to think of it that way too when people talk about the 4K. It's the same scenario.
Yeah. But I would say with this, this doesn't force anybody to do it. If this program fails because nobody signs on, then Microsoft will obviously cancel it if nobody actually.
I don't think it's going to fail though. I don't think it's going to fail.
I don't think so, because like you see a lot of people, they're not buying a lot of, for whatever reason, good, bad, whatever. Like look at, again, Sunset Overdrive, look at Record, look at Quantum Break, look at Rise. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of games people are not buying, even on the PlayStation. Let's be real. There's a lot of games people are not buying in comparison to the fan base. Again,
because those are big fanboys out there, though.
Yeah.
They talk a lot of shit, and then they got their groupies that talk a lot of shit that follow them, and they don't do shit.
Well, besides a fanboy, I think it's normal because let's take, for example.
No. You got fanboys who got a lot of people that follow them and listen to whatever they say.
I know, but all right, let's go to PS2. Let's take PS2 for a minute. Let's take Shadow Colossus, right? Shadow Colossus sold 2 million out of 150 million PS2s out there. 2 fucking million. Now, great sales. The game did great, but think about that. 150 million consoles, and the game only sold about 2 million. 2 fucking million. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto sold like 40 million on the PS2. You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is there's gamers, regardless of what the generation, the platform, the fanboy wars, gamers pick and choose what they want to play. In some games, you know what I'm saying? I see this as a possibility of these games that normally don't sell big could open up to people, you know what I'm saying, to new experiences that they already have on their console, but they don't bother to go after. But when you're only paying $10 a month and you have this huge list of games that you could just simply, fuck it. Fucking The Last Guardian? Fuck it. Let me just download it and let me check it out. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. It's no big deal. I could just delete it if I don't like it. And now they'd be like, yo, this shit is fucking dope.
It's definitely.
I didn't realize this game was this good because I was too busy putting my money towards the big shit, the 2Ks, the Battlefield, the Call of Duties, the Resident Evils. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for The Last Guardian. I ain't paying for that shit. I got Resident Evil to play. I got to save my money for Horizon Zero Dawn. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got 2K DLC to buy.
But Rob, that's Yeah. I know what you're saying, but the thing is we've got to, understand that many people are going to buy digital, but it's going to alienate a lot of people as well, because I think for the majority of the sales, it's still physical.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you. Yeah.
But I think Xbox, I've been saying.
That's why we're both saying it, pretty much ramming it.
Microsoft.
Pretty much in your throat for doing that.
Yeah, but Microsoft, I've been saying this for such a long time. I've said it on one of your podcasts before. Microsoft, ever since they got into that PC share anywhere crap, I'm telling you, they want to go into that business model of the PC gaming world. They like that whole Steam business model. They like that. They're going to go towards that eventually. Just saying.
I'm going to be honest. Sony's going to go do it too. They're just not doing it as
I'm not saying
obvious.
I'm not saying they won't, but I'm just saying because it's good for business. I mean, honestly, it's great for business. They get to cut out the physical copies. Damn, they make money hand over fist that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you
control. They can control everything that way.
Yeah, the two things really slowing down digital for consoles. Number one is bandwidth. You know what I'm saying? Like some places in the United States, you got all the bandwidth in the world, but some of the rural areas of the United States, they don't have that good bandwidth.
They ain't got crap. They ain't got shit in the area.
Yeah, and then Sony even has it worse.
It's now garbage.
Yeah, Sony has it worse because the PlayStation is in areas where the Xbox is not. In many of those areas, their bandwidth is just complete shit. That's the reason why Microsoft won't even go in those areas, because they can't take advantage of Xbox Live. So Microsoft's not going to sell their console in any region that can't take advantage of Xbox Live. That's really the bread and butter for Xbox. Sony will fucking sell your console there and just ship physical discs there. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how they do it. So PlayStation's in more regions despite the lack of infrastructure for bandwidth and stuff. And then finally, the price on console. Consoles, the fucking deals on digital. Now, the only time I see good deals on digital is rarely when they do those flash sales or like during Black Friday and shit. But for the most part, like Street Fighter, when I bought Street Fighter 5 in June and it was $30. They dropped it down to $30. So I go to Amazon. I'm like, oh shit, $30, cool. I switch it from physical to digital, and it went back up to $59. I'm like, what the fuck? Let me look in the PlayStation store. The PlayStation store is $59. I'm like, these guys are bugging. So I ended up buying a physical copy of Street Fighter. And I've done that multiple times. I bought Deus Ex for $16, and they were selling in the store for $40. I'm like, yo, this is retarded. I'm like, fuck this shit, and that's probably the main reason why I go physical is because of the price. Most of these physical games, like a brand new game, I buy $47 on Amazon. Every brand new game, $47. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an Amazon Prime member. 47.
Yeah, if you get Amazon Prime, you get it. You don't pay that $60-some.
And it arrives the same day it launches. I got it Tuesday, the same day the game launched. So the same day people walk in the store and got picked up Horizon Zero Dawn. I know some people get hookups, but just the normal average consumer that went on Tuesday that picked it up, I got it delivered to my door.
Yep.
And I got it $13 cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So that's
I got it on Monday.
Oh man, Craig, man, shut up, man. Somebody, I'm gonna shut your mic off. What's going on, Craig? Yo, everybody else. What's going on?
I had major PC problems. I apologize. Thanks for the invite. And Princess, I saw you try to invite too. Just my computer reset everything back to Internet Explorer. I had to go back in and tell it to use Chrome because everything is set for me through Chrome. And it was just a pain in the ass. But I rebooted it and everything. And I called somebody. They were like, no, you have to go to your default screen, blah, blah, blah. But thanks for the invite. I am sorry I'm late. I've been listening. So I assume everybody.
What you think about Game Pass? Give us your opinion about the Xbox announcement with Game Pass.
Two things. It's a great way to play old games.
Okay.
And this should make the Xbox community know that let them know that they're not coming out with a whole lot of new IP. They're just going to give you. They're not. They're just going to give you the same stuff and limp their way into the fall, where they will release some new IP for the new console. They're going to do that, but pretty much they've already gave us backwards compatibility. Now it's like, well, now you're paying for it, so it's just like, eat me. It's just not something. No pun intended. No pun intended on that. It's not something for me. But if that's what you want, you bought an 8th gen console to play 7th gen games again. So.
No, but it also includes Xbox One games, so it's both.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, both. It's not just both. Yeah, I think they said they're gonna launch it with like Halo and Rise and some other shits and all that stuff. So it's Xbox One games as well. It's not just.
Well, that's awesome. But what's the difference in that and what it's doing now? I mean, it already has backwards compatibility. It's got like over 100 games that are backwards. So what's the point of this?
So think of it as Netflix. So I can't tell you how many titles, but it's supposed to be a couple of hundred titles of Xbox One 360 games. And for $10 a month, you could download any of those games on the list and play them. Whatever's available.
Think about that. That's $10 for this, $10 for the live or whatever it's called now, and then it's another. I don't know how much EA Access is. That what $4.99 or $6.99, something like that.
$30 a year.
Yeah, so you're adding, you're just adding more money. But like I said, it's not for me. But it should be a symbol that Microsoft's not coming out with a whole lot of new IP. They're letting you play your old stuff, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I did not buy an 8th gen console to play 7th gen games.
I feel you on the 7th gen stuff, but I don't think any services.
But if I want to do that, I'll just go bring out my old console. I got them and plug it in.
Yeah.
But I don't think these services have one to do with the other. Like, for example, you don't have to get EA access to enjoy this Game Pass, or you don't even have. I don't think unless it's the multiplayer part, because I think that's the caveat. You don't really need Xbox Live Gold, but you probably won't be able to play multiplayer. You just be able to play the single player stuff. But like I'm saying, one doesn't interfere with the other. Yeah, I'm saying one doesn't interfere with the other. Yeah, so
but you're gonna have to buy it if you want to play multiplayer.
I mean,
and a lot of people, that's what they're into now.
Yeah,
they want to play with their friends.
Yeah,
so it's another cost.
So I can see that. So I can see. So I can see the most common will be the Xbox Live fee and the Game Pass fee if you're down with it. You know what I'm saying? I could see those two things as being, if people are interested in Game Pass and stuff.
But once again, you guys brought up something earlier. What if it's like a Netflix or a Hulu, where once they change the games up, you can't play those games no more.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what we don't know yet. Is that license going to get revoked? Is it going to get?
I will say this. I'm not gonna lie. This is much better than PS Now. PS Now is just fucking stupid. I'll be honest. I can't stand PS Now. It's the stupidest thing they ever done.
Streaming games is just not something that I want to do. I mean, come on, you're going to get into some serious issues.
I mean, the whole concept behind streaming is to be able to play powerful games on cheap hardware. So that way the hardware itself is not rendering these games. But let's be honest, if no one's going to play a game on a fucking TV, no one's doing that. No one cares about that shit. And if you have an E-machine, you probably got it because you're not concerned about playing games on that either. If you're concerned about playing games, you're going to get, a hardware that could run it. A fucking PS4 is fucking $250. It's not that expensive to play great games. And if you're a PC gamer, chances are you're not going to worry about streaming. You want good quality games, and you're going to buy games. You're going to have the hardware to enjoy those good games. So no one's really interested in this streaming service. It's just not good. It's not a good concept. It just doesn't make sense. It wasn't a great day. I know some people, but you have access to all these games from 400 years ago. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like Craig said, I don't care. Like, bro, like this is the truth. PlayStation gamers do not care about backwards compatibility. I know Xbox saying, you're just damage controlling. I'm like, brother, man, look at the PS3. It sold more when they removed it. The PS3 was backwards compatible with PS2 and PS1 straight from the hardware, not that software emulation shit. It had PS2 hardware built in, so every single PS2 game and PS1 game was playable. We didn't give a fuck when they removed it because what we wanted was a cheaper price consoles where we can play PS3 games and bring out more PS3 games. That's all we cared about.
I got a question.
That's what we did.
They
made it cheaper.
I got a question because
they put out more exclusives.
I got a question only because Craig and I both said the same thing. We'll bring out our own consoles. Porter Rock and Jay, because Jay's not into it anyway. But this is more for you, Porter Rock. Did you see the lineup that they were talking about putting out for that? We're talking about some old ass. You just said you don't care about old games.
Old 360 games, 360 games.
Yeah,
they're going back. They look at the lineup though. They're old games.
Well, like Halo 5 and shit.
If you have the consoles, just plug your console in and play.
Yeah.
Nowadays, when people start to look back, though, because this is going to touch on what you're talking about, Princess. Okay. When you look at what people, their attention spans now are just so small. Okay, so
I'll agree.
If they don't have games, on their console to play, they're going to be looking back. Well, these games were good. I could go back to that game. That's what some of these people are doing now with this. I think it's because they don't have anything to play right now.
Yeah, which is my point. It should be a big red sign, whatever, a blimp. Pick whatever metaphor you want. They're not going to have a lot of new IP. So here's some of our older stuff I'm not going to look. The 360 was an excellent console. I'm not dogging the games out. It's just, I can only speak for myself. Again, I didn't buy a PS4 to play PS3 games. That's me. Now, that doesn't mean there's not. Have I played The Last of Us, of course, and the Uncharted series? Yes, but Sony has sold 55 million consoles without backwards compatibility.
Boom.
Because they're looking forward. They're not looking backwards. With that said, if this is what you want to spend your money on, you're a grown-ass man or woman, be my guest. To me, it's silly. Okay. But I agree with you, Eat Me. Well, your thing says Eat Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead and you're right. If we don't have a whole lot, here's some of the old stuff. I agree with that. That's a real good way to look at it.
Okay. So. Oh shit, man! Y'all making me feel like a fucking. Where the fuck is all day, man? You making
Greg, I'm with you.
Okay. I don't know. I guess I think it matters more for me because you guys own Xbox Ones.
Yes.
Yeah,
how about
mine's got epithelial cells coming off of it because it's so dry. But
this guy, he said his Xbox got eczema and shit. Oh man. Hey, no, but I will say this: I don't own an Xbox, so maybe it's a pity for me because when I get it, I could jump on $10 and I could catch up to these not 360 games. I don't care about those shit, but I could catch up to the Xbox One games that came out in the past, like Rise, Sunset Overdrive, Halo 5. I'm not gonna play Halo 5 in multiplayer. And something like this.
That's what I said earlier. It may be for somebody that don't have it.
Yeah.
but you can't put it out there and tell people who have been with you from day one, this is the direction we're going, like it or lump it. Guess what? No, you're going to lump it because I just don't use you no more.
Oh yeah, but some Xbox gamers won't order. I mean, it's not like if they were to merge you with Xbox Live and raise the price of Xbox Live to $70 because of this, then I would see, that's kind of fucked up because some people are now paying more for something they may not want. But if it's just a separate service that's optional, Xbox gamers would just ignore it. You know what I'm saying? They'll just ignore it.
It's optional. It's optional, but it's not optional because if that's a direction they're going, people like us here in the podcast don't have an option because they're not going to give us no damn games.
Oh, so you think this is going to prevent them from creating new IPs?
Hell yeah!
Like making new games
For a while, yeah. They may create some, but I don't think we're going to have what we used to have. And if that's the way it's going to go, you know what? Come pick up your shit box and take it back and give me my money back. Because I didn't put all these years and all this money into the OG, the 360 and Xbox One for you to say, well, this is the way we're going, like it or lump it. No, bitch, you lump it.
Oh shit.
I'm stating the truth. Come on now. You know I shoot from the hip, guys. You know I do. I don't.
These guys.
It's like the OK Corral up in here.
Yesterday when I saw a bunch of videos of these Xbots out there just praising.
Oh, Lord.
And some of these people were the same ones who were bashing the fact that Microsoft wanted to go down the digital road, and now they're praising.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
exactly
hypocrite much, guys. Really? I mean, you've lost sight. You've lost sight because you have no exclusive games to play. That's why it is. They're losing sight.
Yeah, that's my point. Is that okay? As of March 1st, when's their next IP going to release?
Shit.
I know when the Scorpio is going to release because my God, I already know what it is. I mean, when is their next? I take that back. When's their next exclusive IP going to drop? Because I know. Yeah, Ghost Recon comes out Tuesday, and Mass Effect comes out in a couple weeks. Okay, I got that. But when is your next exclusive title going to drop? When's Cuphead coming? what is Cuphead?
That was supposed to be January of 2016. So it's now March of 2017. So hey.
Yeah, I want to be a black pirate on the good ship Lollipop. When's this game coming out? I mean, my point is that they just don't have a whole lot coming out. So I agree with everything according to me. There's not a lot of new IP, so here's our old stuff. Again, that's not I agree. And then what Princess is saying, I'm gonna back that up because it's not what I didn't buy this console. This is an Xbox One and an Xbox 360. I can go get an Xbox 360 for $40. I'll just do that. I'll just do that, and I can put it next to my Xbox One S and say, here, keep it company because it ain't doing shit. So
I put lotion on mine. So yours got psoriasis. Mine's ashy as hell. I think it's working on psoriasis about now.
Mm-hmm. You know what's Microsoft's big problem? They have this strategy. They want to put their titles at the end of the year, and it's not working. Like, stop. No one cares. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they put everything. They put 4 games in a span of 2 months towards the end of the year, but it gets swallowed by the big AAA multiplats of the holiday season. And then they let the rest of you dry. Like, stop it. Like, stop. It's not working. It doesn't work. The strategy's not working. Put your shit out. Yeah, put your shit out in the beginning of the year, because guess what? People is still going to be relevant 5-6 months later. Like Uncharted 4 came out in May, but that motherfucker was selling all year long. You understand? It didn't need November holiday sales. It launched in May, and then they put it as a bundle, and that shit sold the slim. Your games will continue to sell all throughout the year, just as long as you support it and you do right by it. You don't have to put everything in November. Like, stop it.
But it's not only that. That's how Sunset Overdrive failed, because they didn't first of all put it up like anything else. They didn't advertise it, they didn't promote it, and they bundled it with all this other shit, so it got lost.
Yeah,
I know
it got lost.
I know it's subjective, but I thought Sunset sucked.
Oh shit! Oh man! My man.
No, he's entitled to his opinion.
I know. Yeah.
Hey, he's a gamer. He's entitled to his opinion.
Yeah, it's subjective.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tend to like Insomniac games. I don't know what it is. It's something what they do. It's how they do shit. So I'm interested in it. All right. Okay. So we got our Xbox bashing for the day. I try, ladies and gentlemen. I try to be unbiased. You know what I'm saying? But like the Godfather 3.
Yeah, but you got Xbox people.
Once I get out
in here, so you ain't gonna be able to do that because we can back it. We pay for it.
That's true. You guys do own Xbox. You know what I'm saying? You guys could know better than I do.
You made some good points there. You did. I mean, for somebody like you who doesn't own one, I could see where it could be appealing. But for somebody who's had it since day one, I mean, or excuse me, I didn't buy it day one. I bought it when they got rid of the Kinect day one.
Okay. All right. So like 6 months later, really?
Yeah. But I've had it for a while, and luckily it gets a lot of play for my 11-year-old son. He loves playing Call of Duty on there with his friends, so that's what he did.
All right. So the last topic, okay, and here's a good one. All right. Has RPG taken over as the best genre this generation? Now, hear me out. Look what we got so far this generation, right? Of course, we got new titles, but just hear out the overall portfolio. Dragon Age Inquisition, Fallout 4, The Witcher 3, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Neo, Final Fantasy 15, Horizon Zero Dawn, Elder Scroll Online, and we're about to get Mass Effect Andromeda. Can anyone name me a genre with as many hits as that? Name me a genre, anything. Fighters, racers, action games. Can anybody bring up a genre that could compete with that lineup?
No, not off the top of my head. Maybe
not off the top of my head.
Shooters.
Exactly.
Shooters.
Even with shooters, I'm thinking, okay, shooters. Doom, Halo, Call of Duty, Titanfall. I'm like, nah, that ain't gonna work.
Well, now, Doom was outstanding. That should count as 3 titles.
Battlefield 1 is a big seller.
You see? Which one?
Battlefield.
Titanfall 2? Yeah, Battlefield.
Yeah,
I said so FPS is probably the closest, but look at this, and I was thinking, but you got Battlefield, the Battlefield 1. I'm thinking, but then I'm thinking, all right, the RPG genres for new IPs, Neo, and I forgot Bloodborne, Neo, Bloodborne, and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Is there any genre that pushed out new IPs like those 3 juggernauts? And I cannot think of one fucking genre that pushed out 3 fucking killers like that.
Well, with the power of the newer consoles, you're going to start seeing more RPG-based games. You're going to start seeing some more real-time strategy games, too, because of the power is there. Really quickly, I assume you guys already covered this about HZD. Horizon's the best looking game I've ever seen.
Oh, man, you should have been here from the get-go.
Yeah, that was the first subject.
Yeah, I know, and I'm sorry. I missed out on it, but I'll never say it's the best game I've ever played. It's the best looking game I've ever played.
Yes.
There are cutscenes, but there's no difference in those cutscenes from your actual gameplay. That's what I've really noticed about it. Plus, the character's sexy as hell. But back to what Porter Rock just said about the. Yeah, I think RPG this gen, especially if Mass Effect comes, and I'm biased toward Mass Effect, but if it can come out and hold its own, then I'll tip my hat to them. I don't know what's coming out this fall, because I assume, let's just say Spider-Man does come out. Okay. If Spider-Man does come out, that's going to be an RPG action. So
that game might be more like maybe Infamous style, because even like that genre, I'm thinking, okay, you got Infamous and upcoming Crackdown. And then there's nothing else like it. There's no other game. I'm like, fuck. And then I look at Hack and Slash. You got Rise. You got God of War coming. And Nier.
But Porter Rock,
I can't think of anything else.
I'm kind of biased on this topic because I prefer RPGs anyway.
Okay. All right.
So
I mean, I love RPGs, but I try to literally think of every genre that's out there. And I can't think of a genre that brought out as much great games as the RPG genre.
And I'm with Craig, man. I'm a huge Mass Effect fan, so I cannot wait for Andromeda. That's my game. That's my game of the year right there.
And that shit comes out in a couple of weeks, right?
Yep. Yeah, 3 weeks. Well, if you have EA access, it comes out in 15 days. And on PC, I think you'll be able to play it for, is it 10 hours? for like 10 hours for like something like that on EA Access. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm worried about it. I told a friend of mine last night, I'm worried that Horizon, I may not be done with Horizon yet because this game just keeps going and going. So,
I'm not even done with Neo. I just stopped playing it to play Horizon. I'm fucking. It's fucking. Oh my god. It's fucking.
I'm not done with it either.
Holy shit. How about you? Were you able to finish Neo, Princess?
No, I didn't finish it yet.
Fuck. This is ridiculous.
I got so many damn games. I keep going from one to the other. Then I jump back on my Street Fighter and I go here and I go there. I'm everywhere. I play so many hours on one, so many hours on another.
Yo, that's right. So I'm like, and I got some great, followers and stuff like that. And they seriously ask me, hey, how come you just don't go out and buy an Xbox One right now? I'm like, bro, I won't have the time to play it. I'm not gonna stop playing these games to play fucking Halo. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm saying it's a bad game, but I'm not in the mood to jump into that yet. So it's fucking really jam packed. And then Nier also comes out soon. This is fucking.
Nier comes out Tuesday. It comes out Tuesday. Ghost Recon comes out Tuesday.
This is getting retarded now. Now this is retarded now. This is. I don't know.
See, that's why I think PlayStation does something good. They put stuff out throughout the year. They give you a lot, so it's going to continually sell, so people can catch up. Okay, Microsoft, they leave you all dry and expect you to buy something at the end of the year and throw your money into Microsoft. No.
Yeah.
And then you don't even promote the game. Some of the games, people don't even know what they're about, like the casuals. I'll go back to the casuals.
All right.
Casuals won't know what some games are. Hardcore people will, or people play a lot of games only because we look up the shit. We know what's coming out. We want to know what's coming out. We want to know if that's something we want to play. Casuals just go by what they see, if they go to a store, what they hear about, or whatever. So once again, I'll go back to Sunset Overdrive. That's why I got lost. That's why some games with Microsoft gets lost, because they don't spread them out.
Yeah, and then this Porter Rock, you brought up, not to keep going back to EA, the pass thing, the pass, but this is for the panel. What would you rather have had? Phil Spencer came out there and announced a release date for Scalebound, or this thing that they just
Scalebound.
All right,
Scalebound.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, Scalebound easily. It's just, man, why you gotta open up old wounds and shit? I'm trying to move on from that shit.
I'm never gonna heal. I got.
Oh man, I had to cauterize my wound because of that. So it's clear the RPG it wasn't much of a discussion because I think it cleaned house. I think RPG. We can all pretty much agree that genre dominates. So I'm gonna bring up a new thing then, off the cuff. All right. So a lot of fans are talking about the potential, hoping or whatever you want to call it, of how Microsoft, what they need to do for this E3 in terms of announcing games. All right. So they're thinking, hey, Microsoft got to announce games. They got to announce AAAs. They got to announce projects, even if it's, a year, 2 years, 3 years out. They got to do what Sony does and announce, especially since they don't have two, major events. They only do E3. They got to announce all the big stuff. All right. And this is in reaction to all the stuff Sony already announced already. All the stuff that we know that's coming over the next 2 years or so. Okay. So everybody's hoping Microsoft will have a big E3 to combat what Sony has already put their cards on the table.
Yes.
Now, do you think people are forgetting that, hey, Sony's at E3 also, and they're going to announce even more games? So while you guys are trying to catch up to what has already been laid on the table, they still have a couple of aces in their sleeves. They still haven't showed their whole hands. Do you think people forgot? How you feel about that, knowing that people right now are just trying to catch up or hoping Microsoft catches up to what Sony's already shown, but they're forgetting, hello, Sony's at E3 too. They have a press conference. They are also going to show new IPs and new games in development. What do you feel about that?
My thing is, personally, is that this gen, I don't think Microsoft can catch up. But what they can do is maybe get the people who are teetering off and not being interested in them no more and dropping them completely and not supporting them completely, may give them a chance to come back and say, okay, well, we'll hold on and see what you got and see if you stay true to your word, and maybe we'll still support you.
Yeah.
Okay? That I don't think they're going to catch up this gen. One thing, a good thing they can announce too, is not having their new console at like $600 with one game or two games. That ain't gonna work. And you need to announce new IPs. You had the Scorpio in the works. It just didn't happen in 6 months. It's coming out. It's in the work for. So while you're working on that, were you working on new IPs for this console to announce with it? The other thing they need to do is not even promise. You better swear on a holy Bible that you're not going to keep canceling games on us after 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month before they launch. After somebody buys a console. And that's my opinion. I don't think they're going to catch up this gen, but if they want to get back in the game, they got to do a lot more for the people who really support them. And I ain't talking about just hardcore, I'm talking about casuals as well.
Facts.
All right, what you think about what I said, Jay? How people are pushing for Microsoft to catch up to what we already, to what's already on the table, but are they forgetting that Sony's at E3 and they're gonna show even more shit? And then on top of that, 6 months, 7 months later, PlayStation Experience. We're gonna show more shit again.
Look, but anytime people know that anytime a company brings out a new console, even if it's a refresh or whatever, it's always the biggest buzz. So they cannot lose this E3 if they show this console in the right way and they show some new IPs and they show us some games, even if there's timed exclusive third-party games. That would be huge for them. That, along with this new console, they should hit a home run. They should beat Sony this year at E3. However, it's Microsoft we're talking about. They've had some weak E3s the past 3 years. We have to see what they're going to do. I think this is a make it or break it year, man. I really do. If they do not come with it strong here in this E3, that's it. Game over. They have to come strong, and they have to show games. They have to show this console in a good light. It's got to be done right, man, because I really don't think they're going to catch up. I agree with Titanfall. They're not going to catch up this generation. However, they could put a dent in Sony's market if they do this right. But it has to be done starting E3. It has to be done starting now, to be honest, but they got to do something quick.
Well said.
All right. How about you, Craig? What you got? What you think?
I agree with the panel here. Honestly, as far as this generation, I think the Microsoft folk, this generation for you is over. They're moving to the ninth. I'm not saying that there's a shot at them. They're moving to the 9th generation with their new console. I think that's fine. It should. I'm embracing it. It's new IP. I don't think anybody on the panel wants Microsoft to fall on their face. One reason they're going on Sunday is so they can control the narrative. They don't have to share that stage with anybody, for 20 hours. Then I expect Sony to come out and swing it. I mean, I expect to see Days Gone. I expect to see Spider-Man. What's scary is I didn't think about it. Yeah, they're going to announce probably some more games that are coming out. We're still waiting on Elite Dangerous. That's supposed to be coming out for Sony with the DLC on it. They can even get away with Scorpio being close to $5. I think it's going to be close to $600. Even if it is, if you're going to have like everything according to me just said, timed third-party DLC, give me a Splinter Cell, a Knights of the Old Republic, fine. Like I said, I'll walk into the store, I'll buy the system. I'm going to buy the system regardless. But I just don't. People have got to start looking at it like this generation for you is Xbox people. It's over. I don't know if you're playing Final Fantasy 15. This is for the people listening, but there's one of those things that you can summon that this big old dude comes out of the sky with a spear and it just destroys everything around it. Well, that's what Horizon Zero Dawn just did.
Oh,
it's close up shop, game over. As much as as much as I don't agree with a lot of the media, these people were saying this is a killer app. They were right. It is. So it just move on, play the games you got, you're getting more games. It sounds like older games, but I think I'll predict now on 60 frames right now. I think Microsoft will win E3, but it's they have to win it. I think everything's right. their backs against the wall. Well, they're getting out. They will get out.
Okay.
I got to add something really quick though,
Go ahead.
because this is important. Sony has been forcing Microsoft to show their hand at all the E3s in the past 3 years. They've been doing that to Microsoft. They did it when they announced the Pro. What did Microsoft do? They had to announce a Scorpio. Okay.
Yeah.
Now stay with me, because let's say all these Xbots, I know they've been having videos and talking about stuff, and I've been hearing things on Twitter laughing at the fact that rumors are swirling that Sony in 2019 may announce the PS5. Now, it's kind of funny here, because what did they do to Microsoft? When they announced the Pro, which is not an extreme departure from the vanilla PS4 Pro, they basically had Microsoft build this beast of a machine. Okay. Well, hoping for a beast of a machine anyway. If you listen to the Xbox, it's the second coming. But I hope it's really, I really do. Now, this PS4 Pro, though, isn't an extreme departure. They're still using some of the old architecture. But if they were to announce that in 2019, let's say, that would make Microsoft sit there and go, well, we just came out with this, and now they have this better console coming out next year. And what are they going to do? They're stuck with the Scorpio. They're stuck with it, because it would only be a 2-year life cycle at that point. Now, the PS4 Pro, on the other hand, has already been out over 3 years, and it's not an extreme departure. So it wouldn't be unheard of, and it wouldn't be great. So, but my question is, though, that's in the future. But my question is, what are they going to do this year to force Microsoft to do? Because they've been doing it.
Oh, go ahead, Princess. You answer that question. What do you think?
One of the things they could do, like you said, is announce another console. That's for one. Two, they can blow them out the water with new IPs, AAA games, third-party games. Because right now, Microsoft is not doing anything to show us any games, and they can't come out with another. I mean, you're going to come out with the same thing. A Gears, a Halo, and Forza. Okay? They can't keep doing that. You got to give us something else.
You know what I think they're going to do? I think that Sony may have some timed, or maybe some third parties joining up, some big exclusives this year at E3 to counter, act against the Scorpio announcement, against whatever Microsoft has. That's what I think they could do. However, again, I am pulling for Microsoft this E3. I want them to succeed.
I don't want them to fail. I don't. That's why I said I don't think they can catch up this gen, but they can actually make a good effort to show effort to their fans and to the gamers. That's how they can win, by showing effort to their fans and giving them more than what they're already doing. That's what they need to do. Don't come out there with just the same old bullshit and talk about hardware again. We know about, excuse my mouth, we know about the fucking hardware. I'm tired of hearing about the hardware.
Wait a minute.
Honestly.
The Ryzen chip? You don't want to hear more about the Ryzen chip? It's gonna be
I can probably recite that in my damn sleep.
But do we know about it? I mean, they say it has this, it has that, but we don't.
We haven't seen nothing yet.
No idea. And I'm excited for the Scorpio. I want this thing to succeed, but we need the games with it.
That's
and another thing that oh, go ahead, Princess. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Oh, that's all. I was just agreeing with him. That's what I've been saying the whole time. You keep talking about hardware. I get it. You created a beast. Okay. But you haven't shown us any games that can play on that beast. You haven't really shown us what that beast can do. You just keep talking about it. We need to see. And at E3, if they could show us some good shit. Like I said, they've been working on that for a couple years now. They had to have been.
Right.
So hopefully they were working on games to run on that beast at the same time and announce it.
Yeah.
And if they could do that, that may win people over. And get rid of this, first of all. And you know what else will help people? With a lot of people would love too? I know you got your Beam shit, but that's competing against Twitter. Give us YouTube and fix the upload studio in all your shit. Those are two things
facts.
people complain about. Those two would have. We fixed the upload studio, and we decided we have Beam. Where those people don't want to be on Twitch. Okay, we got a Beam service, but we're also going to give you, just like PlayStation doesn't give you Daily Motion, we're also going to give you YouTube. Since most of our people stream to YouTube or upload on YouTube, we're going to give you YouTube as well. Plus, sit back. We got a lineup of new games for you. Sit back and enjoy. That's what they got to do.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. I mean, I agree with both what you all just said. I just don't. I know for the people that are ex bots and ex whatever you want to call them. See, as soon as there's a slight separation on what these games are going to start looking like, which you won't see for about another 14 to 16 months after the Scorpio launches, that's when Sony will announce a new console if they actually need to, because I don't see how anything's going to look better than some of the stuff that I'm seeing on this game now. And we're just 5 to 6 months after launch. Maybe Guerrilla's worked on this because they delayed this game to gin this up the way it is. So I think that's when I think if there's going to be a PS5 or an iteration of it, that's when I think you will see it. But I think 2019 is 6 years into the console life, and even if they go and they say it won't be out till 2019, they say it won't come out to 2021. That's 8 years. So I think I think Sony set themselves up for a 10-year cycle. And it looks like they're going to get to 10 years. They may push it to 8 years if people start breaking towards the Scorpio. And from what I've heard, it's going to do everything they say it's going to do with the Universal Windows platform. Then the games that are on PC will just automatically be able to go to the Scorpio. So if that's true, then I think that's fantastic. So, but let's just, like you guys are saying, let's just wait and see what it can do, and keep our fingers crossed that Microsoft hits a home run at E3.
I would say, all right, let me say, so for Jay's first point about possibly Sony announcing a PS5 to combat the Scorpio, to put them in a position, I'll be honest, I don't think,
No,
I don't even,
that's not what I'm saying. I said that would happen in 2019.
Okay.
I'm saying,
1919.
yeah.
I'll say this.
This
Okay.
year, I think it's just the games.
Oh, okay. I will say this. I don't think at this point, that Sony even gives a fuck about what Microsoft does. I don't think they even see them as relevant. No, you know why? Because they haven't done it this year. But during PS2, like after a year and a half, they officially said, hey, the console war is over. And the GameCube and Xbox were just out. You know, like in 2000, and they said it was over because their console was already at 20 million. They were like, you know what? We don't even give a shit what these guys do. And I think they have the same attitude because when you think about it, they're close to 60 million. By the time Scorpio comes out, they could be at 70 million and over 500 million games sold. They don't give a shit what Microsoft gives at this point. I think Sony only cares about not losing PlayStation gamers to PC. I don't think they give a shit about what Xbox. I think this train, like Princess said, there's no catching up. All Microsoft could do is salvage the Xbox brand, make it popular, keep it going for the next generation of gaming. Learn from their mistakes, learn from the dumb shit and the dumb decisions they've done or they're doing, and make sure it doesn't happen again. Kind of like what Sony will. Sony got their ass kicked with the PS3 and they took their lickings and they had to learn from it and they reset themselves and they went back to what the console was originally meant for, which was for gaming, pushing IPs, pushing exclusives, stuff like that. And that's what Sony's doing from here on out. I don't think Sony's going to push up PS5 in 2019 because I think that would do more damage to PS4 than Scorpio. Because right now they're fucking making money. Their consoles are selling worldwide. Gamers are enjoying it. Fucking gamers are happy with just the Slim and they love the graphics. And I think Sony, if they see that momentum dying, that's when they'll push for the new console. But as long as gamers are happy with what they want, they're just going to keep pushing that PS4 to the limit with games, and they do support games to the last drop. Look at The Last of Us. That came out in 2013, the same year the PS4 launched. So Sony will support their platform to the very last drop.
But one thing I would say, you mentioned one thing, though, Porter Rock. Before you continue, you mentioned one thing that, unless they feel they're going to lose stuff to PC, I don't think they're going to. The only one that will lose to PC is Microsoft, because that there are a lot of games that PlayStation has they're not putting on PC. So they're going to continue to get their sales for their PlayStation because they're not going to the PC route currently, like Microsoft is. So I don't believe they're worried even about PC. The only worry they would have if people start going to Xbox for the new one, the Scorpio, if they do something and hit a home run.
No,
you know what I'm saying? With the bases loaded, they got to hit a home run with bases loaded before they even start worrying again.
No, Sony is worried about PC. They even said it themselves. They said it themselves. They said, and okay, this is the reason why, because they said they noticed for past platforms like the PS2 and the PS3, they noticed some PS fans, they eventually leave and go to PC for more power. You know, and that's really what this mid-gen upgrade really is to appease the power-hungry gamers. You know, I don't know how many people leave. They never revealed those numbers. It could just be a small minority. But apparently it's important for Sony because they said it time and time again. They're in competition with PC. That's Sony's opinion. They're in competition.
I tried that myself.
Yeah, they said that themselves.
I tried that about 11 years ago. I thought, I'm going to try the PC gaming world. I found out very quickly that I just wasn't a fan. I went back to console.
Yeah, but Sony said themselves that they're afraid of PC more than anything else.
I don't know why, because they don't put their games on there.
I know, and
I don't think there are enough games on PC.
It's the Call of Duty. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of losing the Call of Duty, the Grand Theft Auto. They're afraid of losing those guys who just pay, because Sony still gets money from those guys. You know, because you got PlayStation gamers that don't buy exclusives. You know, they just stick with their 2K, Madden, and all that. But Sony still gets money because it's royalty fees. You know, they don't want to lose them. They don't want to lose those guys. They want them. If you're gonna buy Grand Theft Auto, buy it on our platform. Oh, you want more power? Here's a PS4 Pro. Until we come out with the until we come out with the PS5. In the meantime, here's an upgraded experience. Don't go to PC and play Call of Duty there or Battlefield.
You know,
enjoy it here.
I just thought of something.
That's all that really is.
I just thought of something when you said royalties for Sony.
Yeah.
That's probably why Microsoft's put their console up so high, because they have to pay them the royalties for every Scorpio they sell because of the Blu-ray player.
That's true.
Oh, you're talking about the Blu-ray player?
Yeah.
But the Blu-ray player royalties is cheap though. It's really insignificant at this point.
But they still have to pay it. I don't care. They still have to pay it. So they're probably okay. Well, we got to pay them, so we need to make a little bit above that and still be able to pay them. But see, that's the other thing. They need to bring down that console a little bit. A lot of people, without mentioning games, you're talking almost a $600 price.
Titanfall. That's why That's why Microsoft has been kind of kicking around the idea and throwing it out there and getting feedback from people about how they want a diskless, console. Eventually, they want to go to that because you're right. It cuts costs big time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I don't want this. It's because with certain games, I want my hard copy.
Yeah, I'm with you, 100%.
I just give a shit. I'll be honest. I give a shit about the price, because if my console's diskless and I see fucking disc games at $30 and the digital's $60, that's gonna piss me the fuck off. Yeah. Because on console, it's not like PC. PC, you don't have to buy games from Steam. You got CD Share. You got other places where you could buy digital games. And it's pretty much a competition on PC. You have various digital stores. On console, there's only one store. It's the PSN store or the Xbox store. And you have to deal with their price. That's it. There's no other way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Amazon sells the digital games at a different price than the PSN store. They're just the middleman. It's going to be like, if you look, it's the same exact price as on the digital store. Yeah. Both games. There is, because Sony controls everything.
But you're going to put it only as digital.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to have to cut that cost. A lot.
Yes.
A lot.
That's the point.
And I don't think they're going to do that. So why go digital then? Because
that's what I'm saying.
If it costs $60, which covers your cost in making the disc, and you still make a profit, if it's digital, okay, it's a software application so people can download it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just a program. It's not going to cost you $60. It ain't going to cost you shit for that.
Yeah, it's just bananas that day one I bought Horizon Zero Dawn for $47, but the digital one is $60. Why is it $60? That's just crazy.
You have discs you got to press. press, you have distribution you have to pay for with these discs, and
the retailer fee.
Yeah, retailer fee. That's all cut now. But we will not see those savings because these game makers, they see the light. These console makers, they see the business 101 coming into their head. There's like, we can sell these digitally at the same price, and these people will buy it. They'll eat it up anyway.
Not me.
So, but here's the thing: a lot of people say, well, people prefer more people prefer physical discs. That's true. That is true. However, if you look at the digital sales every year, they're going up.
It is growing.
And the thing is, all you got to look at is the video I made today on my channel about this situation, about this topic, and the dislike to like ratio. It's evident that many people like digital and they hate that video I made. They don't want to hear about physical. They love their digital copies. So.
Well, I mean, the other thing I don't like when they're doing that, they don't realize you're trying to push us so far in the future where there aren't going to be jobs for people anymore. You want everything done by a goddamn computer. So how do people live? You're going to put a lot of people, I don't care where you make it or whatever, these people are not going to have jobs. The printing people to make the covers, the artists, all that. They ain't going to have any of that. It's just going to be a digital copy and that's it. So how many people are you going to put out of a job by doing this? Out of a job.
Yeah, GameStop saying 2013, if they were going to do digital copies, they wouldn't even carry the consoles.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like eons ago, but I do remember like in May of 2013, they said, well, if they're just going to do all digital, we won't carry the consoles. As a matter of fact, there were some games that came into GameStop that the GameStop employees broke, they tore the digital codes out, saying that it was going to interfere with their sales. They went to court, and the court backed them up.
But see, that's the thing. That's the other thing. They're going to put a lot of game stores out of business with this as well. Not just the people who make the disc or press the discs, not the people who fix the machines, not the people who print, the stuff to go inside the covers, the artwork, and all that. They're going to put all those people out of business. And not only just GameSpot, but GameStop, you got other stores around that do trades and buy and sell and get new items in, small video game store. They're going to put all these people out of business.
Yeah.
They've been in business for a lot of years.
Again, they hold the monetary value. And with digital, when it's gone, guys.
Oh, exactly. Thank you. That's my point.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead, Craig.
Well, I was going to say about the only thing left is, I guess what if you live? I heard you guys talking about this earlier. What if you live in a rural area and you don't have a way to download something?
Yeah,
are they going to? I mean, they're going to provide a website. You can maybe put it on a USB. They're going to have to get a.
I would say this digital takeover is going to be a long time. We're not even talking something that's within the next 5 years. I'm talking maybe 30 years. Because again, infrastructure is going to be. I mean, look at technically CDs are still sold. I think it makes up 35% of the market. And how long has iPod and MP3s been around? Almost 20, 30 years. I mean, you know what I'm saying? iPod's been around for like forever, and CDs are still being printed. So for 100% takeover, you need the infrastructure, and the infrastructure won't be around for decades. It's just not to that level. But it's getting closer. It's getting
But Puerto Rico, the sad part is Microsoft tried it at the beginning of Xbox One and said they don't give a shit about people who didn't have internet.
Oh yeah, but you saw what happened. They got the head caved in.
Exactly.
They got the ship pushed in.
Yes, they did. But they've still been pushing this slowly onto the masses, and more people are doing it up more and more. Now this Game Pass, more people are jumping. They're elated about this thing when they were pissed off about that situation back then. It makes no sense to me. It makes that we've got a bunch of hypocritical YouTubers out there, Xbots, that don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Exactly. I've been saying that for a long time. Thank you for reiterating that for me. Thank you very much.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will end the show. You motherfuckers don't know what y'all doing. Quoted by everything according to him. So according to him, you guys are clueless. Now, anyway, hey, I just want to say great show. thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate all your opinions. You guys are a great cast. I really enjoyed talking to you guys about this stuff. You bring up great perspectives and stuff like that. I mean, you took these comments, you took it to a direction I didn't even think we were going to go talk to, and I appreciate everything. Anything that we'll go down the line. Princess, you have anything to say?
No, nothing to add. Just that thank you everybody for watching. We appreciate all the viewers that come now or watch it because they couldn't make it now and listen to it later on. Check out everybody's channels. Leave us comments. Let us know what you think about what we say and the subjects we bring. And you know where to find me. I'm sorry, not on Xbox Live no more because it's dry over there. But you can find me on PSN. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter. Maybe got a Facebook page. So you can find me wherever you want. I'm here. Thank you all for watching once again. And you know what? You're gonna hit that like button because y'all know you love me.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Hey, what's going on, Jay? What's up? Any parting shots?
Well, check out my channel or not, guys. It's out there. Everything according to me. That's it.
All right. All right. And my man, top flight security in the world, Craig. What's going on? Any parting
Hey, what's happening? It's Craig Harris. Talking games. I do appreciate the invitation, Puerto Rock, and thanks again for the Vine Princess trying to get me in there. This computer problems. Hopefully, everything holds up. If you have a spot for me, Friday night, Princess, if you're doing your podcast, please send me an invite. And,
without a doubt, without a doubt.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and thanks again for the Vine, Puerto Rock. Everybody, check out Puerto Rock's Point, or it's called Porto's Point. Straight to the facts, gaming news. It inspired me to do something called Craig's Corner. So everybody check that out. And
that's what I'm talking about. Hey, what I like, how my show evolved to this cast. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys. You guys are pretty much panel members. I don't give a shit. You're no longer guests. You guys are panel members. So every Wednesday, 7 p.m. And I don't pay, all right? It's all right. But anyway.
I'm the original panel member. I get paid.
No, that's right. You are the original. You know what I'm saying? You know? But anyway, to everybody who's watching or who's about to watch, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I appreciate the panel members and their comments, opinions. Hit the like button, subscribe. You can catch me tomorrow on the multiplayer or fucking BGST 2.0 minus one pony podcast. I'm out here. I'm about to hear some tears tomorrow. Oh my God, this is gonna be unbelievable. And on Friday, you could catch me on Titanfall Princess podcast, the Tip podcast. I'm excited to be part of that every Friday at 7 p.m. So check out that channel. All right, check out her channel. Everybody's channel and Twitter is in the description box, so it makes it easier for everyone here to check out their channel. Check them out. Great content. I love their stuff that they put out. But anyway, it's time to go. It's time to play some Horizon Zero Dawn.
Hell yeah.
We got gamers here, and we all itching, ready to pull that trigger. But thank you so much. Oh, shit, my little son ain't working. Fuck! God damn it. Zaire did something. You bastard. Everything else works? This is bullshit. He did. Oh, I'm going to get him tomorrow. He glitched my shit.
I felt when I couldn't get my invite.
All this other shit works. The fucking cricket works. Oh, that's so fucked up. He did something. Oh, I'm gonna handle his ass tomorrow. Anyway, you all know my sound. That's my fucking sound. Despite this technical, I'm so fucking pissed. Anyway, y'all all take care. All right. Have a good night. And thank you for showing up. 60 Frames No Like Podcast. Spread the word. The truest, realest podcast on YouTube. Peace.